I'm a girl and I'm addicted to masturbating, as the title says. I'm 18F, and I've basically masturbated since I was 12 years old, almost daily, sometimes twice a day. I want to stop because it's irritating that I'm so dependent on it to stop stress, etc. The only time I stop is during my period. I always cry after doing anything sexual, really. F19. It's fucking embarrassing. I always cry after doing something sexual with someone for more than an hour or so. This has happened with the last 4 men I've been with. That's embarrassing when it's just something casual and it's usually my first time meeting them. Last night, it was my first healthy sexual encounter. I met off with someone really kind off Tinder. The sexual stuff was amazing and I'd never really properly experimented before. But I learned so much about myself last night. So much about my kinks, etc., and it was just utterly such a magical experience. For the first time in my life, I felt like I actually bonded with someone. Even though it's stupid because it's just a Tinder hookup. But it still felt so fascinating. I couldn't stop crying when it was time to leave. I'm a stupid, worthless, silly slut. I just couldn't stop crying. I don't want to be alone. I'm definitely a brat, extremely submissive, extremely playful, and I'm also a masochist. I guess that explains the crying. I've woken up today feeling so utterly upset too. It's so sad. For once in my life I felt a connection with someone, and I was treated nice by someone, but I'm not used to those things at all. Those are such healing things, and I've realized I'm extremely broken. I'm going to be alone for the next 6 months because I have to head back home from university due to the virus. Very strict parents. I feel so broken. Impregnating my baby mama back to back. I've been dating my son's mother on and off since 2015. We doesn't have the most solid relationship because she's a compulsive liar, but once upon a time our off chemistry simulated our sex drive for each other, and based off our zodiac signs, me being a Cancer and her being a Scorpio, I assume I've met my match since we are both in fact water signs, plus she was one of the first females to make me wait 30 days to clap the cheeks. But to be honest, that only lasted 20-something days because one day before she left my house to go to work after cuddling with me one night, I've pushed down. By that I mean, I started making out with her and slowly slid my right hand into her legs. Although she attempted to stop me as soon as I touched her clit, she started to loosen up, which is when I took her pants off. Posted BYU Snow Bunny Essenly. 23 hours ago. Impregnating my baby mama back to back. I've been dating my son's mother on and off since 2015. We doesn't have the most solid relationship because she's a compulsive liar, but once upon a time our off chemistry simulated our sex drive for each other, and based off our zodiac signs, me being a Cancer and her being a Scorpio, I assume I've met my match since we are both in fact water signs, plus she was one of the first females to make me wait 30 days to clap the cheeks. But to be honest, that only lasted 20-something days because one day before she left my house to go to work after cuddling with me one night, I've pushed down. By that I mean, I started making out with her and slowly slid my right hand into her legs. Although she attempted to stop me as soon as I touched her clit, she started to loosen up, which is when I took her pants off. This is the part. She attempted to stop me again and said I have to go to work as her excuse to get out of bed, but by that time I was rubbing the bell head of my dick around her clit. So she closed her eyes and bit down on her lips in a sexual way, giving me the vibes that although it hasn't exactly been 30 days, at that moment it was okay. So I slowly stuck it in, and well, until this day she says she really didn't want to do it then, but she submitted because once her leggings were off her pussy started oozing cum. And well, my baby mama isn't a squirter but she is a creamer, and well, she's the first creamer I ever had, so I must admit, It took some time getting used to fucking a chick who cum was as thick as mine's and more massive at that. But I finish inside her, and well, it pissed her off because I didn't wear a condom and I didn't pull out up top of that. I suppose I forgot to mention my cream pie fetish to her, but part of me felt like she'll be for it since all we used to talk about were having babies together someday, which was a conversation she enjoyed having because she had a miscarriage when she was 17 years old. Being young and dumb, she got pregnant by her high school sweetheart. Months later, I found out she got pregnant again when she was 19 years old by this guy she was just hooking up with. She claims it wasn't planned because neither guy planned to get her pregnant, but sometimes I think she might have secretly planned to get pregnant by them because she got pregnant twice and had 2 miscarriages. She also hated the fact that her ex-boyfriend had gotten a vasectomy because he already had 5 kids from previous relationships when he met her, and they were probably only 19 to 20 at the timing. That's kinda insane when you acknowledge how weak that guy pull-out game was by the amount of kids he had at that timing, but to be fair, he was probably a few years older than her, lol. Anyways, later on that day after she got off of work, she invited me over. We ordered pizza and watched Supernatural, which is when she randomly took off her leggings and started to play with her pussy on the couch as she sat beside me, as if that wasn't weird, lol. If anything, it threw me off because I wasn't expecting it, but since she looks like a thick white version of Snow White, I gave her a pass, but I wasn't in the mood. I wanted to finish my food, lol. But after I did, we took her lustful urge and desire to her bedroom, which is when we had sex again that night, and I cam in her twice during those rounds. This time around, she was very aware of it and made sure she cam with me. Our private parts were very messy, but since I'm black and she's white, I could also get a sexual arousal by seeing the creamy mess that 2 people from 2 different skin tones could make. It's a interracial kink, I suppose. Anyways, when I went home that night, I felt like I hit the jackpot. I was happy as hell, thinking I might have real life knocked up this gorgeous pog chick with a freaky side, because I always had a cream pie fetish from all the girls who wanted me to nut in them in the past, but I always pulled out last minute with most of them because they were below the social standards of beauty, and well, sometimes us guys are willing to risk it all when we are inside of a cutie pie. So with her, I had to give her pussy a cream pie. And I cam in her 3 times, so in my mind I'm thinking it's just a matter of time until I get that I'm late on my period text. Unfortunately, she was on birth control though, which is when I confessed my risky kink to her. Basically, in so many words, I told her I wanted to go half on a baby with her, but I made it sound like a joke because by this time we were only boyfriend and girlfriend for a week. But she didn't take it as a joke, so she made a doctor's appointment and got off birth control a few days later. Next thing you know, a month later we were living together. We kinda rushed it all, to be honest. Having bareback sex together, knowing each other's desires were mutual, made it all feel so right, and since we were lustful beings, we didn't think much of it. Next thing you know, a year later she finally got pregnant. Then a few months after that she got pregnant again, and a few months after that, she got pregnant again. I'm an entrepreneur with a few businesses and she's the store manager for a Supercuts. We also have a 5-bedroom house together, so as a middle-class family, although our kids so close to age, we can afford them, lol. And well, until this very day I can honestly say she's one of the best I ever had. Fucking 4 girls. They don't know. Roast. One is the love of my life. Others are Tinder flirts converted to hookups, which wanted repeat business. My weird fetish. When it comes to sexual stuff and pretty kinky and open-minded, there have been a lot of sexual fetishes that I gladly got to explore with my partner, and open up about it. Even some that are less mainstream or more taboo. However, there's one that I can't quite explain and never really confess to anyone, But I feel I have to. I'm just super attracted to ugly girls. I don't mean this in a derogatory way, I'm not really good with words either, but I mean that kind of girl that is not seen as a pretty/cute/beautiful one. That has a few features that are less desirable, like face shape not being according to beauty standards, small chin, misaligned teeth, some odd feature, her body not being the most perfect, be it under or overweight, etc. It's hard to explain really, but if you think hard enough you probably know someone like this. I've always imagined that such a girl, in our society, doesn't get much male attention at all. Probably she feels less than others, maybe she'd even like to explore her sexuality but can't because guys will only go after the beautiful and hot girls. But to me they're amazing. I want to be the one that takes her to bed and gives her an unforgettable night. I want to make her feel special in every way, and go for seconds. This is hard to explain and it probably makes me look like an asshole in the process. But hey, it's my confession. So you are pretty much attracted to the average female. Not the girl that is done up? My baby mama cousin. So I've been talking to this girl, we'll call Stacy, and well, she's the first cousin of my baby mama. I just discovered this information like not too long ago, but we've been chatting on Facebook dating. I'm currently not with my baby mama and her cousin didn't mention anything about telling her, so I was thinking maybe I'll continue with this convo with her cousin since she lives a few towns over, so it's easy access if she is daring enough to continue to get to know me. Keep it in the family? I mean, she looks good and I think I can smash, because even after the fact that she discovered I'm her cousin's baby daddy, she continued to talk to me. What do y'all think? Turn around and walk away or see how far I can take it? Watching gay porn. 25F just finished watching gay porn, googled is it normal to be straight and like gay porn? Perfectly normal. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. I have fantasies about my roommate. Posted BYU Rose Petal 789 one day ago. I have fantasies about my roommate. I feel horrible. I want someone to talk to about this, so here I am. I am a 21F and I live with my boyfriend and a male roommate. We are all in our early 20s. My boyfriend and I have been dating for 5 years and we have been friends with our roommate for 3 years. We are all good friends and we care about each other. Recently I've been going through some tough shit and I have felt awful. Doesn't help that the whole world is being quarantined, so we all have to be stuck together. I love my boyfriend a lot and we plan on getting married, but since my birth control is finally wearing off I have been hornier than ever. My roommate has been so kind to me, and man is he handsome. We are alone together all the time and all I can do is think about riding him. After I have these thoughts I feel awful and I would never act on it. My roommate is a great guy too and he would never want to hurt me or my boyfriend like that. It's pretty one-sided and I'm pretty sure he has no attraction to me at all. My boyfriend and I have talked about having a threesome, but only with another woman. I am bisexual, so I don't mind, but he isn't. Whenever I bring up getting another guy he says it would be uncomfortable for him and he would never do it. It's unfair, but I don't want to force him to do that, you know? I wouldn't mind having both of them just fuck me because I love them both a lot. I just don't know how to deal with these urges. Sex alone with my boyfriend isn't enough and masturbating can only go so far. Showing my body to strangers. I look like such a sweet innocent girl, so I'm sure no one suspects that my biggest fetish is showing my naked body to strangers. I've been a stripper and I just started a porn page. I love the taboo of showing up close pics of my tits and pussy to whoever cares to look. Thousands of guys have seen my boobs, my pussy lips, and deep inside my pussy hole, but they'd never know it if they passed me on the street. I love putting the camera as close to my cunt as possible and fucking myself with a dildo while pussy juice drips out of me. I love capturing the wet, squishy noises my vagina makes as I come over and over while horny guys watch. My dream job is to sit on a stage naked and masturbate for a huge audience. I just love dropping my panties and spreading my legs open wide for horny guys to jerk off to. I'll show pussy pics to anyone who asks. My body is your playground. Smile. Being a whore while my GF is at work. My girlfriend is still at work all day while I get to relax at home on vacation thanks to the coronavirus. After all the messages I got last time on my post, I've been so horny and have been fucking myself like crazy. I've been so horny for attention that I want to open my Snapchat to all of you and whore myself out without her knowing. It will be our little secret. Maybe some of you even have partners we can hide this from. If you are interested, my Snapchat is Rose Blossom Heart. Quarantine blues. Being home all the time has really driven my sex drive up the wall. School was all I could think about since the start of the year, since I'm in my last year of uni, but now that school's out I haven't been able to stop thinking about getting fucked and sucking someone off. I've been playing with myself on and off all day, but I just can't come. I guess I just really need someone to dick me down. Posted by 1 day ago. I'm thinking about selling my underwear F18. I'm really contemplating selling my used panties, but I'm not sure. I'm thinking the prices will be $10 to $15. That includes shipping. I'm only shipping